Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to the pod, everybody. This is the QuadR Wrestling Report. How you doing tonight, Roy?
Ooh, I'm tired. Tired.
Iron, iron.
My wife had to go to the air. She had a 6 a.m. flight today. I
Oh,
got up at 3:50 to give her a ride to the airport.
yeah.
Yeah, and
That-
then
That's
came
crazy.
home. Yeah, I know. You had a whole week of like
Right.
at work at
I
what
was up at
4:30.
yeah. I thought this could be a good week, but yeah, every morning's been 5 a.m. And this morning was like it was cool, but like yeah, it was kind of stressful. I had a remote guy who had to rebuild one of my routers, and I was just there to plug stuff in. I got there at 5. I'm like, I'm ready to go. And then the primary guy's like, yeah, I'm kind of busy. You're gonna have to use the secondary. And then the secondary guy like wasn't there. I'm like, should I page him? Starting to get really mad, right? And
Right,
then
right.
so finally at like 5:30 in the morning, I page the guy. He jumps in the room and then total boss mode. Knocked it out of the freaking park, like so just dropped the mic, said, all right, you're good. So like I guess if you're really, really good, you can like be that way sometimes, But
Yeah.
we survived. But yeah, I'm a little tired. I gotta run over to Lansing tomorrow. But yeah, everything's good. Got some nice crisp fall weather out here. Anyway, nobody wants to hear about the weather. Let me do the open and then we'll get to business because, again, there's always a lot to talk about. Again, welcome everyone. Please jump in the chat, join the fun. But welcome back to the QuadR Wrestling Report. We strive to keep our fingers on the pulse of you, the wrestling community. I am your host, Ralph, alongside my brother, Roy. We are excited to talk all things wrestling. Ralph can be found at X at Ralph D. Nyberg, and Roy can be found on X at Roy_Nyberg. We stream live on X and YouTube, typically 8:30 every night Eastern time. YouTube channel is QuadR Podcast. Our email is quadrarpodcast@gmail.com. Our podcast can be found on Spotify, Amazon, Apple Podcasts at QuadR Podcast. Keep looking if you don't find it right away. It's there somewhere, I assure you. We can also be found on Instagram, TikTok, to a lesser extent, Facebook. Thanks for jumping in. As I mentioned before, chat is always welcome. All right. You got anything you want to promote before we get going here? Be all good and ready to rock.
Um, Everything I want to promote's in the show, so
Okay.
I'm good to go.
Awesome. All right. So this is the new look. We're always messing around. Go ahead and give me some chat, right? Let me make sure you actually work in this view.
You mean say
Yep.
something? I like it. I
All
like it.
right. Perfect. Yeah, we're calling this the long format.
Okay.
I feel like it's a little bit slimming.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking like this.
Yeah,
I look better in this.
we are. This does like right. We should probably just change it to the handsome view and go from there. All right.
Handsome's taken though.
Yeah, that's right. And it's not Handsome Tuesday, is it?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Dashing Wednesday.
Yeah, that works. Oh. All right, Michelle. Michelle, my sister-in-law, want to know the hat stands for Ralphie Ralphilla. It's actually the Roy and Ralph Wrestling Report. No. All right, let's get going. So, as we always like to do, we start with quote of the week. The quote I picked this week is from Mark Schultz, Olympic gold medalist, two-time NCAA champion, general complete badass. But wrestling is the ultimate one-on-one sport. You're out there by yourself, and no one can save you. I thought this was a good quote because, like, everybody's so pumped about collegiate duels, and like, oh, we're gonna
Hmm.
get this. We got this big team competition, and I mean, to me, the beauty of wrestling is the purity of it, right? In a
Yep.
lot of ways, it's like two guys or two gal, like hold the line and let's see what happens, right? And I mean, it's not about better or worse, but it's about a competition, right? I mean, and like who wins on that particular day. And to be a champion, I think you have to have a little bit of an individual mindset, right?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
And so, what about you? What thoughts on this?
Uh, well, you saved it for me. I thought the quote was a little weak, to be honest. Um, I mean, isn't like ping pong also you're out there by yourself? In golf, you're out there by
No, no,
yourself.
no, no, no. You are not competing against someone in golf.
Okay, okay, okay.
Ping pong and tennis, I'll give you. That's kind of like soft wrestling or something. But golf, you're competing against yourself. You're not really competing against a person.
But I would think that if you're saying that something is the ultimate one-on-one sport, you should then say something that is unique to your sport that sets it apart from other one-on-one sports. That's just logically what I was expecting him to say. And he said nothing that separates it from any other one-on-one sport.
From tennis, per se.
Or chess. You're out there by yourself in chess.
I suppose.
I agree with him. I'm not even disagreeing with him. I'm just saying that he hasn't
Right.
fulfilled his obligation of
Right.
explaining why wrestling is the ultimate one-on-one
Right.
sport.
So it should have been wrestling is the ultimate one-on-one sport. You're out there by yourself without a ball.
Right. That's already a better quote. There's no ball.
There's no ball. We ain't playing games here. We're kicking each other's ass.
It should have been like that quote, like from last week. Like you need more strategy than a chess master. You need more endurance than a tennis pro, and you need
right.
something. I don't know.
This is all he had.
That's what he had on that day.
I assume he won.
Yeah. The it's kind of interesting since you mentioned, but you do need a team. There's nobody that like just trains on their own and like comes out of nowhere.
Right. That's your
You always find out that
Rocky.
people had great what?
Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky
carrying logs by himself in Russia and but there's very few examples of the true solo champion. Definitely it is true that you right, none of us compete in a vacuum. None of us succeed without us. All right.
I'm still curious about this Sanderson family. Like coming from Utah.
Right.
I always thought it was so bizarre that they were just so good, and I never heard about anybody else from Utah being awesome at wrestling. Like, can you think of? I mean, the Utah Valley's got a team, and so I'm sure some of those. But you don't hear about like a 3-time Utah state champ being a D1 force.
Barraclough.
Yeah.
So Bear Claw was. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I mean, but Schultz is like he's one of a number of Schultz, right?
Yeah.
So they are a family of champions. All right, cool. All right, so do you want to be a guest? I'm sure that you do, Michelle. You're welcome to come on the show anytime. Talk some wrestling. So join the fun. Just gotta email us at quadrpodcast@gmail.com or reach out on X. Just DM us. Be available 8:00 on Eastern time on Wednesday for sound check. And we're still looking for a troll. So I wanted to make sure that you're confident in our ability to hide your identity.
Yes.
So I'm going to transition over to the identity hiding. Sorry, any of you trolls out there on the show, I don't have a mic configured for this particular view. Now you can hear me, though. This is what it would be. No one would ever know. No one would be any wiser.
X, and there's no way anyone can figure out who you are.
Yeah.
No way.
There we are. So don't be shy. We protect the identities of the internet trolls. So
Trolls make the internet great.
Right? What exactly would wrestling Twitter be without some trolls? It was pretty nasty, like Twitter this week. Like, people were really going hard on FRL and stuff like that.
Yeah, there were. I actually don't know if I put them into our best of social, but there were some nasty ones.
Yeah, I didn't include because they were like a little over the top.
But,
I mean,
in first sentence, I was like, I'm reading this, and then I was like, ugh.
it's some like mix of like truly legit criticism
Right.
with just pure like venom. It's really not that big a deal, but it's kind of crazy, you know? It's like, what? Yeah, for sure. All right, so what do we got here? We got some news, updates. We're going to do a little Who's Number One by Little. Let me emphasize Little for Who's Number One. RAF 2, Claw, U23, National Duels. I don't know. I'm probably not going to get to the All-Star Classic. And since we're probably going to run out of time here. But first of all, I want to make sure that you understand that the world just got a little dumber. I have decided to allow third-party companies to train AI models using my channel's content. So the QuadR podcast is now training the world. I want you guys to thank us in advance for delaying Skynet for 3 years. You won't see any Terminators.
This will represent our commitment to keep getting better every single week.
Right.
Otherwise, the AI will pass us up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the competition is now right, so we have to like compete with the. Anyway, so yeah, now you can really second guess anything you ever ask of Grok or ChatGPT. So auto dubbing, I was super excited. Last week we talked a little bit about how we've introduced our channel is going to be enabled for auto dubbing, but I was disappointed to see what languages. So there's Dutch, not a huge wrestling following for the Dutch, right? And then we have French, and I think the entire French wrestling team only speaks Russian. They're not going to understand anyway. And then, so there's some German Greco guys, right? Hindi for sure. Italian, you got Frank Chimizo out there in Italy. Ben Onis, like there's some Italian wrestlers. Japanese, obviously. Huge. So that's good. Korean. I don't know if we can penetrate the People's Republic of Korea's firewalls. There's gonna be bootlegging.
We have only good things to say.
Right. They're gonna be out there in the mountain holding a dish, and like maybe Starlink can get us in. But we're Song. We love North Korean wrestlers. Let it be known, you will not hear us say negative things about North Korean wrestlers. They send it. They're fun to watch, and the world needs more North Korean wrestling for sure.
Yeah.
A few Poles that can wrestle a little bit, no grapplers there. Yeah. And then Portuguese and Spanish. So disappointed. Farsi. I think we got
Russian's there.
What's that?
Russian.
No,
is there.
Russian dubs into English. See, the left column is dubbing into English. We only get the right column.
Oh man.
Yeah. So no Farsi. So the Iranians are shut out. The 84th best wrestling podcast on Apple Podcasts. Oh. For sure. All right. That's cool though. All right. So who's number one? Since you didn't watch, Roy, why don't you start with your thoughts?
Sure. Well, I saw the highlights. You know, there's one thing I was kind of interested by. For me, with the high school high school wrestlers, it's almost like a cliche that the number one high school wrestler doesn't actually have the best career in that recruiting class.
Right. For sure.
So that's a thought I'm having, because for me in the beginning, it was just kind of interesting to see like, oh, what's a 2-time PA state champ going to do against a 4-time Georgia state champ?
Right.
And what's this guy who majored his way through his high school tournament versus another guy who majored his way through his high school tournament. But it was like Illinois versus Indiana or something like that. I think without the state, like on this poster, there's no state affiliations,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Right.
just feels very like so insidey baseball. Like even though these are like the number one wrestlers in high school, there's like 50 states. It's hard to follow everything, and it's just,
Yeah.
there's rankings. So that was my first thought is they should have had like the state affiliations. If there were like a couple, if they mentioned that a couple of these guys are from Illinois or California, I would have like stepped in
Right.
and watched. Um,
So Medlin is well, he's the Illinois RTC coach. That's his kid.
yeah,
So he's an Illinois kid. But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, like, first of all, like, let me just say that it was just so anticlimactic.
yeah,
Like I was only half in anyway. Obviously I'm not a huge high school guy, and like when you don't have a particular team, like it doesn't really matter to me where Melvin Miller goes to wrestle. Whereas like if you are diehard Iowa, diehard Penn State or Nebraska, you've got a lot of vested interest bringing this talent into your particular school. But like for for me, yeah, hopefully it's be some good wrestling and like
yeah,
have Rainey go down after like 26 seconds in the final was, it was just like
yeah.
painful to watch. I mean, I thought generally I don't know, like the I thought the camera work was good, but like I don't know, there wasn't any hype, like in the sense of like quick video about the kid. There wasn't like the walkout songs weren't pumping through the broadcast, stuff like that. Like so, I mean, overall, it was like a pretty decent production. I mean, it's a high school wrestling match, right, or something, but
Great.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like uh, always want to raise the bar.
Yeah.
So like maybe fireworks or fire next,
Yeah.
something
Well,
like that.
you mentioned the injury. I didn't want to like lead with that, but like these coaches sometimes get grief for like sitting ranked wrestlers for certain duels or whatever, and then
Right.
something like this happens, and it reminds you that we can call something the national duels, but everybody's thinking about March,
Yeah.
and
Right.
that's what really matters. And um,
I mean,
so that was like very sad that something like this happens in an exhibition match.
yeah, it was nice that it was like. I mean, it's good that it's like a high ankle sprain. They're saying like 6 weeks or something to rupture it. But yeah, it was tough to watch. It's like just so and just like sort of anticlimactic. But
Great.
uh, generally it was like that's pretty decent wrestling.
Yeah.
Like and not being like a big high school guys. Pretty chalk. I think there was only like two upsets, something. But yeah, fun, fun to watch. But yeah, be more fun when they're in college
Right.
with the guys. All right, we got RAF news. Let's talk a little real American freestyle. So we have about 10 days now from the event.
Yep.
They've added a lot of matches in the last few days. So Carter,
Since they said the card was set.
right? Oh, right. Um, so Carter version 8. We'll talk a little bit more about that. I thought like I remember when Bo Bartlett was listed as a RAF wrestler. I thought he was like in Carter's corner. Little
Oh, they did have him like,
return to Penn State. Yeah, he's
yeah,
he's a signed athlete. I feel like there's something they can work in there.
exactly. And
Uh,
he's training at New York Athletic Club now.
yeah. Hmm.
So he could, isn't Nate at Princeton?
I believe so.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
live on Fox Nation, right? And
yep.
also don't forget to get your madness picks in. If you did get your wrestling madness picks in, update them because they keep adding to the card. So that's all.
Right.
Got to stay with that. Oh, all right. So here we are. We got a Carter Nate poster. Right? It's interesting. Like, I mean, I know they're like kind of like in a hurry, so like the pictures are are what they are, like they're grabbing some stock, but this is like, it's just sort of funny. I mean, like these pictures to me, like Nate looks so clenched up, like you are not
Yeah.
putting a finger anywhere. He's like completely clenched, going that ain't happening. And they pick some picture of Carter that makes him look like buckwheat. I don't even know, like,
Yeah.
what are they doing here? Or maybe that was like AI enhanced that just went wrong.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing I can think of. Oh my. Oh, AI gone wrong. But yeah, it's a weird picture. Both of them. I'm not exclusive. Okay, so what do we got here? So this is the poster, and they keep changing like what might be the main event, right? So
Yeah.
one day it's like Paris on top, now it's Dake on top, and they keep like going through and like making it a little bit different, which is kind of crazy. So this would make you think that the Dake match is the
The last
headline,
match.
right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's 50-50 based on how many different posters they've got. So, all right, well, give me your top three matches in your bottom two.
Top three.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Well, I really like the new match, Starachi versus Jackson. Uh, Nate Jackson, he's just always done really well at freestyle, and I hear great things about how he trains, and he seems to like stay really relevant even as he's gotten older. And Starachi had all that controversy.
Right.
Or who knows? I don't know where is Starachi even training right now.
I,
Probably
I
Penn State.
ain't Nittany Lion, but like, yeah, it's not.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that, and Downey Varner. Um, really excited about that as well. To pick one more, uh, I'm kind of curious. I want to see the Tomasello Bravo Young match. I think that's going to be really good. Um,
Yeah. What about your bottom two?
Bottom two. Uh, well, I think the Muggsy versus Henschel match.
Yeah, I feel like that's an easy one.
Yeah, it could be fun. It could be fun. Um,
And,
I don't know. Just
when
for me,
thinking when I chop this up into reels, I wonder what it's gonna do to like subtitle the dog.
right? Somebody knocked on the door. And
Yeah,
he's
it's
going
fine.
nuts.
It's good. Uh so okay, yeah, well, okay. We'll leave it at Muggsy Headshot. I don't need much to pick another one. They're all, I mean, it's wrestling. They're gonna be good. So
Yeah,
I guess my top three, Downey Varner. I love that Downey and Carter are gonna be on the same stage for the you
yeah,
know, press conference. That's gotta be like that's gonna be a highlight. I'm hoping they're like sitting next to each other. Like
yeah,
so perfect. But so definitely Downey Varner. I think I again Tomasello Bravo Young is like from a wrestling standpoint
yeah,
the most interesting match on the card, I think. And like and I mean I don't know, I'm just a big fan of James Green. So and Sakazanov's no joke. I mean I think James Green's probably not a favorite.
yeah,
So I want to see James Green like get it done. So but I mean like yeah, I mean Carr, you know,
yeah. Car.
Megaludis, Carter, Mason Paris. He's got some great freestyle stuff. His dumps and got like a bunch of great stuff. And so yeah, and then Dake. I know they wrestled to like 1-0 or something last time, but hopefully Dake's going for bombs and trying to defend that title.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, if Chaelson and Tito Ortiz happens, I'll put that in my bottom.
yeah, you don't need that, huh? You don't need that in your life. All right,
Yeah.
that's fair. I'm super pumped. I actually just filled out my application for a credential, so I'll probably know in the next couple of days. So hoping I get
Ah,
that. If I do, I'm gonna head out there and
all right. Switch the question from wrestling to like interview. Who are you gonna? Or might you're giving away your secrets if I ask you who are you gonna
No,
like
I
make
mean,
try to
um, well, obviously Downey,
yeah.
right? Except I don't want to get I don't know how many YouTube strikes you'd get in one interview with Downey. But, Downey for sure. At Carter. I mean, I really want to know like what how he's feeling, what he's been up to. You know, like
Yeah.
I mean, like uh, what does he have to like? I mean, is he gonna do like a Bo Nickal who went like was like full UFC heel and then like showed up like in floods and like a total nerd
Yeah.
look for RAF? You know, is he gonna be like
Right.
gracious Carter? I mean, I feel like if he is, I'm gonna be like, dude, you got to be more authentic. People love authenticity, man. You can't,
Yeah.
don't bring this. Nobody believes this. So Carter would be, I think Carter would be fun to talk to.
Yeah.
Hopefully he like, right, doesn't remember anything I've tweeted. Um, and I guess like be interesting with the foreign athletes how good their English is. You know, be
Yeah.
cool to talk to Sakazanov if he speaks English. I've actually been experimenting with using like AI on your phone to translate reads a
Yeah.
question. So I've been playing around a little bit with one of my coworkers who speaks French. See how smooth an interview would go, like being translated live AI on the phone. So
Yeah.
if I can get a little bit of confidence with that, then like I think that would be kind of a cool thing, you know, because some of those like interviews where like somebody's asking like a Japanese wrestler questions in English and they're like looking at him like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Okay, good. No, leg hurt. I mean, like it would be kind of cool, you know, if you could dynamically on the fly like translate that, you know. So if I can get
I
that confidence level with that, I think that'd be kind of cool to do some of the foreign athletes.
yeah, yeah. I've had conversations with people who don't speak English using AI.
Mm-hmm.
It's I mean it slows things down a little bit, but it's not terrible.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. So I mean, it's a big card. I mean, I thought that last time, you know, they. So I'm interested because even I saw an interview with Bischoff, and he talked about how the pace wasn't needed to be better. You know that we needed to move along quicker and stuff like that. So I was just a little surprised that they stacked in, you know, the full 10 matches. 'Cause-
Well, maybe they're thinking like Downey doesn't even show up.
Come on, man, he'll be
All right,
there.
he'll be there. He'll
He'll
be
be
there.
there. All right. So Claus, Claus coming. It's like right after RAF, so it's like So I just I wanted to point out, I guess, that they've been doing a little bit like on the Twitter side of things that so there's some pretty good content, some interviews and things like that. So out on X, sorry Elon, I meant to say X. So check that out. There's some interviews and things like that. I thought it was interesting. The other thing I thought was like so Madness has these events, right? And oh, that's not anyway. Like so for the dual meets there was some wrestle. Oh, actually, I think I can go through here. Let's see if I just click on that, takes me there, and then I can get it right through there. All right, we're gonna join the madness, and I go here to events. What I thought was interesting is that when you make your picks, like this is all pretty straightforward, right? So you have like you pick a wrestler, Brian Courtney, okay, and then you go like, okay, so what do they win by? Like decision, less than 5 point decision, tech fall, and then so okay. So basically, their scoring rule is you get like 5 points to win plus the point differential, and it's scored round by round. So you could win but lose by like 10 points in total point score. You get zero
Right. Right.
point, zero team points, right? And then a pin is like 25 points. And then like so they have this like I don't want to say convoluted, but I'll say like not necessarily easy to understand scoring system, right? And then in
Yeah.
the madness, you got to define the team points. What? I was just like, it's like so up, like your tiebreaker up at the top is like team points, and I'm like,
Right.
I got I got no idea. Like, I mean, and that's just saying like it's just so new, right? That I don't have
Right.
like, I mean, it's just a pretty complicated. You have 5 points to win plus the point differential, like, and then 25 points for a pin, and then like, oh, I just thought it was funny. Like, I mean, anybody who thinks that they can like lay down like what the team is going to be a claw event before any of them ever happened. I mean, that's like
Somebody will nail it.
in the tail
Somebody
on
will
the
nail it.
donkey, right? Oh yeah, it's blind luck, and that person's gonna be like, I'm a genius.
Exactly.
That's how that works. So anyway, and then they also have the total access package. They got some wrestle offs and things like that. It's only $24 for the first year. You get every duel, so half the duels are free. Half the duels are on their total access pay per view. Um, highlights, interviews, behind the scenes, all that awesome stuff. So anyway, that'll be good. I guess like I'll probably be pretty heavy RAF next week, but then we'll have to do a recap. Maybe try to get a watch party going for RAF or Claw. Sorry. U23 schedule. We talked a little bit about U23 next week. Maybe.
Yep.
I don't have a whole lot to add. Just wanted to say that Monday. So this is Serbian. So it's 10 o'clock Serbia. So I think that's like 4 a.m. me. So like 1 a.m. you, or I don't know. Like
Okay.
something crazy, right? That's for the first round, right? But Greco-Roman starts on 10:20, so Monday, Wednesday next week. You got women going at it. I don't know who all we're sending. Actually, I'm not. But then Friday, 10:24 is when men's freestyle starts.
So they'll be competing with RAF
Um,
freestyle.
yeah,
Yeah, that's fine. We get to finally. There's been so much hype about our like under 23 freestyle team. Like
yeah,
it's almost like I feel like they've wrestled it already, and I'm like, wait a second, it hasn't even happened yet.
yeah. Well, you set the high low at 6 golds,
Yeah, locked in, man.
locked in. The rest of the world is quaking for sure. All right. Again, we did talk a little bit about invitational duels last week as well. Not a whole lot of new news, but going back to your like, Rainey getting hurt and coaches sitting, it'll be interesting to see like if you've locked down the duel, like how many miles you want to put on
Yeah.
your heavyweight and your 184. I mean, so I don't know exactly like where they're gonna what weight they're gonna start at. I haven't seen anything of you related to they're gonna flip a like do they they're gonna start at 184? They're gonna start at 125. They're gonna be like a flip, coach's
Yeah.
choice. Like it'll be interesting. I think that would be more fun to so actually like so there's two thoughts, like you remember in like the collegiate duels a couple years ago where like Dresser did the he did the bump. Like he bumped the steed up to heavyweight, like he bumped up half
Mm-hmm.
his lineup.
Right. Right.
Hey Clint, how are you? Um so so that would be kind of cool, right? I mean, and it's really easy, it's a lot easier to plan a bump if you start at 120.
Right.
I don't know, maybe. Probably.
Yeah. I didn't see. So anyway, that we were talking last week about how many extra wrestlers you can bring,
Yeah, I haven't heard.
and I saw like and I don't know how credible it was, but it was basically a post about Oklahoma State. They're bringing like these 10 guys plus these 6 other guys at other weights. So that was 16 total wrestlers. Um, I don't know. That wasn't like official. It wasn't like,
right.
but it was someone who wasn't just a troll. It was like, okay, well, we'll make that like the working assumption right now that teams can bring 16 guys. Yeah, that'd be interesting because it's 6 points for a forfeit, so it's going to be rare that you can just not send the person out.
Yeah, I guess.
And if you don't bring, so you need to bring at least someone. I guess you got to bring an extra heavyweight, or just count on your heavyweight wrestling. That's just so it's odd. What if somebody gets hurt?
Right.
Lots of stuff that to think about. Yeah, I guess we got to figure out how many guys can you bring. 'Cause if
Hmm.
you could bring 20, then yeah, I think you'll see a lot of guys sit.
Oh yeah, that'll be
But if you can only bring 16, then people got to wrestle,
yeah.
or they just won't come at all, and like they won't wrestle the whole event.
Hmm. And I'm interested like on the variants, right? Like, so how good do you think WrestleStat's going to be at like picking the winners
The winner of the duel or the winner of
duels?
individual matches
So
of
with
the
each
duel.
duel, pump it in like the old WrestleStat duel view, and so yeah, like let's see. I don't know if I can pull it up or not. Let me see. Yeah.
You're trying to pull up what the WrestleStat duel view?
Yeah, well, actually, just WrestleStat in general. Um, but it's not
Because
coming.
does it ask you to go in and pick by weight who's going to win?
No, it'll go in and pick. Like it does it. I don't know why it's not popping up. My internet's been like not. I mean, it's streaming fine, but it's like slow to like connect.
Right.
I have no idea like what's happening. But
Today's actually been the smoothest stream
yeah, no, stream's been rock
compared to
solid. But
knock on wood.
well, no, it's like so like WrestleStat like posted on Twitter. I guess the point I was going with there is that WrestleStat posted on Twitter that anybody want to do the beta, and I like DM'd him, yeah, put me in the beta, and then like, but he never like replied. And then I went to WrestleStat today. And it was like all black, weird looking. What's going on? I'm like, oh
We're
yeah.
not even in beta yet. Just,
I said I was willing to like view that. Mm. Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. So WrestleStat is a. I mean, I think Clint mentioned that WrestleStat's got some sort of bizarre prediction, and like I think for sure that like it has an algorithm, that it's too true to its algorithm
yeah.
in some ways, but it's also a really good sort of baseline.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a wonderful product for a million different reasons, right? It's like that's everybody who like podcasts or follows wrestling or whatever, oil wrestles fan. But yep, it does come up with some odd results. And then also Madness, Clint, you guys got the Duels Invitational going on for sure. So that's out there, and then you also have the Kozak Hit List Pick'em where he did some dual meets. So uh, get in there and participate. Awesome, awesome. All right, all right. Any other thoughts on National Duels Invitationals?
No, just looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, I think that there's going to be there's a lot of time to talk about it.
Well, it's like 1 month. It's not as much time as
Yeah.
I still keep feeling like there's months before wrestling starts,
Mm-hmm.
and it's actually like it's coming up.
It's weeks for sure.
Yeah. That's great.
All right. So got the Stanford schedule here. You're on the Stanford beat. What did you when I first saw it, I'm like, wow, man, really nothing going on until the new year. Kind of crazy.
Yeah. So I'm planning on going to all their. Well, okay, my commitment was to go to all their home things this year.
Right.
But I didn't know about this thing this Saturday, the Intra Squad Fan Fest. So and I was like, I actually don't have plans this Saturday, so I think I will likely go.
Yeah.
I'll likely go.
Awesome.
And then January, week after week after week, they got Iowa State, Duke, NC State. Obviously Iowa State, probably the team that a lot of people feel like should have been in the national duels, but a lot of it was based on last year's NCAA finish. But they have a really strong team. So does Stanford, NC State, Duke. Duke sometimes has some good guys, although they're not usually
Yeah,
strong
ever
teams.
since those fine silvers left.
Right.
Yeah, things went down a little bit. But yeah, no, yeah, that's cool. Like
Cal
that.
Poly and Pitt are also Usually have a couple good guys.
Yeah, it's solid. That Oklahoma State, it, it's not home, but that looks like a fun duel.
Yeah.
Uh, right there, November 7th, right out of the gate.
Yeah, the Roadrunner Open. That's at where was Ferrari at last year?
Bakersfield.
Bakersfield? Bakersfield. I think that's like a little far. I don't think I'm gonna go to
That's
that.
super far. That's
Uh,
outside LA, isn't it? Like that.
I think it's like 2 hours north of LA, so that would mean it's like 5 hours from me.
Yeah, that's a long way
It yeah.
for sure.
Uh,
All right, then we got Michigan. This is where I'm at. I
wait,
just
wait, Penn State too. You forgot to mention that they're wrestling Penn State.
ooh
Stanford.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So really tough schedule. We'll see, and I think they're trying to make a run at being like the surprise team of the year.
Yeah, that is a rough schedule.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, Michigan. So I just got my season tickets. I think yesterday I finally bought them, but or renewed. It's kind of funny. Like they're like renew by this date. I'm like, all right, man. You get like 2,000 per meet. Their general admission, like 8,000 seats. So your renew pressure was hey Kevin. Uh, but anyway, they got me one more time. So VMI on the 9th, Virginia 23rd. So I actually have sometimes I only have like 4 home duels,
Mhm.
and then Michigan State, Illinois coming to town, pretty good
Nice.
team. Northwestern, and then Penn State. So that'll be fun. I'm pretty excited for this Michigan team. I feel like there's really no real way to predict like how well they're gonna do. Both the Mantanonas are moving up a weight. Um,
Isn't
Ragusin,
Ragusin going up?
Yep, Ragusin's going up. So there's all these guys who are like moving up, and then and so yeah, you just don't know. But I
Has
think
Ragusin AA'd yet?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. Clint says I need to interview some Michigan guys. Yeah, for sure. It's got to get the duels early. I think get a hold of the press department.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wear your QuadR hat.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, I'll even give him one. Yeah, so Ragusin has AA. I don't remember which year he AA'd, but he for sure has. He probably did. He didn't AA that year. He almost beat Fix. Must have AA. I think he might have like slid, but he's
I know
def-
he's
he's
yeah.
definitely AA for sure.
Okay.
And then the road duels. They are going to Cliff Keen, which is cool, which makes sense since their RTC is called Cliff Keen. So
Great.
it does make sense they're going to that. Rutgers, Ohio State, Iowa, Wisconsin, and CMU on the road. So I'll definitely go to the CMU, uh, Michigan, and then Big Tens and NCAAs. So, but anyway, that gets us to dual
Big
meet
Tens this year are in Penn State.
State College. Yeah, so that
Oof.
gets us to dual meet bingo. So 2-man teams. Roy and I are a team. Just go ahead and send us an email or hit us up on X and get a bingo sheet. So this is Roy and I's bingo sheet. I have different bingo sheets. You can double drip, you can't triple dip, you can't quadruple dip. Like so, for example, if I go to CMU versus Ohio or CMU Michigan,
Okay.
I could pick like CMU MAC or CMU Big Ten or CMU Michigan, but I couldn't pick like CMU MAC Michigan and Big Ten.
Got it.
So any
So
duel
you
you
can
go
double
to,
dip on the same team. So you could pick CMU and Mac.
right? So you could go to like if you went to Stanford, NC State, or something,
Yeah, yeah.
do Stanford and NC State. So we got a pretty friendly card, I think. So we got junior college up there in the top left.
Right.
That shouldn't be too hard. Big Ten. You're in charge of the junior college. You got a good team.
Yeah, we do.
Big Ten's easy for me since I have season tickets to Michigan. Stanford's kind of easy for you since it's right down the road.
Right.
Mac, Cornell. That's gonna be a little trickier. We have yeah. Matt said that Ragusan was fifth in 2024. Yeah, I knew he was. So there's a few of them are gonna be tricky, for sure. But we have Division Two, Grand Valley. We've got some different. So definitely, that's what our card looks like. Your card will look completely different. And then we're gonna figure out. I'm gonna send out invitations to all the other podcasters this week, and then we'll get a crew together. But if you're interested, you got a partner that lives across the country, want to get in on this. The idea here is just to encourage people to go to dual meets. Dual meets are probably my favorite thing to attend. The great thing about them is you can take someone who's a casual fan, you can take your wife, you can go out for dinner and then go to the dual meet, stop by for a beer after the meet. I mean, and they won't hate you for it. Pretty sure if I took my wife to the Michigan State Open, he wouldn't talk to me for a week and a half. So. But dual meets are fun, they got little people throwing T-shirts and generally they're great value. I mean, I know at Michigan, get there an hour early, you can sit in the front row, and after the first match, if they haven't filled out the mat side seats, you can ask an usher and they'll park you right on the mat. So there's nothing better. There's no better value in sports in my mind than dual meet. If you like wrestling, get out there and make it happen. So the whole point of this is to encourage people to find out what duels are out there and spend some time and have some fun going to dual meets. So anyone interested in a bingo card, let us know. It's a limited number, so I will say that. I think I only got 8 of them. So get in while the going's good. But yeah, right. Generally, 2-man teams, double dipping cool, no triple, no quadruple dipping. And total bingos before conference weekends, how we're going to score it. And prizes are going to be everybody who plays is going to pitch something. We'll figure that out. Hopefully, wrestling memorabilia or something like that. Where I can throw in a Stanford shirt, I'll throw in a Michigan hat or something like that.
Yeah,
something
we could
fun.
have a trophy made.
Yeah, something like that. Right. We need a trophy. We need a belt. Yeah. 2 belts.
Yeah.
Or 1 belt that can fit around 2 people. I don't know. Some sort of system. All right, awesome. But yeah, I'm pumped, man. I mean, we are so close to getting to watch some
11-1.
Exceptional wrestling. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, here we go. Everybody's favorite segment, high low. Let me introduce this for anybody who is new. This is where Roy and I go through one weight class every week. This week it's 184. We pick the lowest ranked wrestler to All-American, the highest ranked wrestler to not All-American. So anyone outside the top 8 who we think is going to All-American. The more risk, the more reward in terms of the point scoring. Anyone inside the top 8 who we think is not going to All-American. Then we also pick our favorite, watch, wrestle, and then we pick the winner. And Roy at least pretends like he writes it down. I don't see him reaching for his pen and paper.
I got Post-its. Right, they're green, but
yeah, he's got a whole wall of Post-it notes for every time we run high-low. This is going to be the dog ate my homework situation for sure. It's all on tape. We just got to go back and watch it. All right, what do we got here? Here we go. These are our rank. Oh, got your choice. You want red or green?
I'll do red.
Red. Oh, you're up. So you can pick whichever category you want.
Ooh. This weight class is
This weight class is killer. This is going to be the most fun weight classes this year, without a doubt.
It's and there's not a returning champ or anything like that, so there's lots of interesting stuff. Um, I'm gonna pick the highest to not AA, and you're not gonna like saying it,
Don't
but
be dissing my boy Silas.
I'm gonna go with Silas.
Hmm. All right, so I get the lowest 2AA, and I am going Brock Mantanona from the Wolverines. My highest rank to not AA will be Rocco Welch, man. Sometimes those transfers don't work out. And I understand that's like a horrible.
No, I was thinking about that actually. I mean, you get more points too
Right.
it happens.
If it hits.
So he's gonna be like the Kyle Cannell who wrestled at like one open for Penn State and then somehow disappeared. Hold on, you had Matt Anona?
Hildebrandt AA'd and then like went to Penn State. He AA'd at CMU, Central Michigan, and then went to State and did not. It happens.
Yeah, yeah. So did Nagao?
Yep, Nagao also, for sure.
Um, yeah, I think it's a good pick. I saw Silas win Big Tens at 197, and he's never looked like the same wrestler at 184.
Except when he was All American last year.
All right, fine. But anyway, how's,
So you got to pick the lowest.
yeah, I still got to pick, right? Man, because this is a weight where tough to pick somebody outside like the top 10.
Sinclair's tough. Yeah, I mean he's outside 8, so
Yeah, yeah, I'm looking at Sinclair. That's who I'll go with. I'll go with Aiden Sinclair.
yeah, he's gonna lose the Matt Nona in the blood round. Solid pick.
Yeah.
Other than that, all right, who's your favorite?
Oh, McAnally for sure. I'm still. I really wanted to see that McAnally uh, make the finals last year. He lost to Kakaisen in overtime.
Yeah, the only takedown on Carter, man. I'm
Yeah,
I'm gonna pick Max is also my favorite, but I'll take Angelo to win.
Angelo to win.
Mm-hmm. Who you got to win?
Oh, Max for sure.
Okay, doubling up, huh?
Yeah, doubling up. It's going to be a tough year, though. Do you think anyone in this weight class will go undefeated?
I'm going to say no, but I think Max has the best shot.
Yeah, I'm going to go with no too. I don't think anyone's just going to run the table in this weight class.
Right? I mean, so who's Max gonna hit? Max is gonna hit. Minnesota's got Virginia Tech at the national duel, so there's nobody there. Jaden Bullock going from Michigan, yeah, he'll hit. And then Ohio State. So you could get McAnally Fishback round 2 at
Yeah.
strategic duels. Yeah, that'd be a fun match for sure. Yeah, this is gonna be a great weight class.
Yeah.
No, the deep, and then you got the ever dangerous Brian Saldano. Couldn't believe you didn't pick him to A. Just lost that faith.
Yeah.
And the guy who like favorite move is to put himself on his back and counter you.
Right.
That
Who's Aaron Izirov?
I don't know. Yeah, can you
Columbia,
help us out here? Out of nowhere.
Previously unranked.
Right.
And Columbia doesn't usually have like top 12 preseason guys.
Right.
He's an international like freestyle guy.
Feel like he must be a foreign exchange.
Yeah.
Cornell Kevin, you gotta know, right? He's an Ivy guy. That's right up your alley. Who is Aaron Azur?
I mean, it sounds scary. Like if I was in a bracket and I was looking and my next opponent was Aaron Azirov, I'd be like, damn it.
Especially if it was a Greco match. Oh,
Yeah.
that's no good. He's a senior though. All right, good deal. Yeah, super fun weight class. I'm very pumped for that. So big dates coming up. We were talking about this. U23 World Championships next week, 28th through the 27th. Men's freestyle kicks off on Friday. Wednesday we have the women's starting. RAF is October 25th, live on Fox Nation. Also, it looks like there's some seats available for that as well. Claws opening up 28th, 29th. They're one free, one total access events. Journeyman, November 9th. So that's another big dual tournament, right? And then November 15th, the National Duels. So pretty crazy. The cool thing is we're just going to get to start talking about wrestling.
Right.
Finally, we're going to get to start talking about wrestling. So those are the big dates on the calendar coming up. Ask AI anything. His favorite. So sometimes we do funny, sometimes we do different things. But this week I did for this is Ask AI Anything bit,
Yeah.
where we pitch a question to AI, and got me thinking. The Iranians won the world championship of all styles without a women's team,
Hmm.
and that includes a Japanese team that women's team that wins everything.
Right.
So Iran was very, very dominant in Greco-Roman. So did very well in freestyle. They won both, and that carried them to a title even without a women's team. So the question I asked AI is, what would it take? What changes would be required for Iran to start a women's wrestling? So it gave me a really, really long answer, and I said, "Can I get that in a paragraph?" And so it changed. So to establish a women's wrestling program in Iran, significant changes are needed across legal, cultural, institutions, and infrastructural domains. Key steps would include amending hijab mandates to align with UWW IOC standards, lifting bans on professional female wrestlers and coaches. So, yeah, we'd have to make it not illegal to be a women's wrestler or a women's wrestling coach. It's okay. So we got a ways to go here. So, lifting bans on professional female wrestlers and coaches, launching awareness campaign to normalize women's combat sports, allocate a dedicated budget, $5 to $10 million annually for facilities and training, building gender segregated gyms with recruiting 500 to 100 athletes through grassroots programs. These reforms, potentially taking 3 to 5 years, face challenges from conservative resistance, but could leverage Iran's wrestling prestige and IOC pressure to empower approximately 100,000 female athletes, enhance gender equity, and target Olympic participation in 2030. So it does sound like there are significant hurdles in the current state
Right.
of Iran to bringing a women's wrestling team online. But I don't.
Well, and they're winning without a women's team.
Right. So there's not
So
a
they're
big
like, we don't need it.
motivation. Right. So anyway, I bet they'd build a pretty good program eventually. Uh, but it does look like it's not in the immediate future. I mean, the longer story said that they do actually have women's teams for like maybe it was soccer and field hockey or something like that. So it's not that they don't exist at all. But,
Right, right.
so
You can wear the hijab in field hockey, right?
yeah, I assume
Yeah.
I have neither worn a hijab or played field hockey. It does seem like there is a level of compatibility with inside of that. All right, wager, you're still losing. You got it.
Same score as last week, though.
I know. You got a wager for me?
Oh, so yes,
All right, let's do
this
it.
week's the poster for this week, RAF.
Okay.
There are 10 matches on there. Do
Right.
all 10 of those matches happen or not? And just like last time, remember they pulled out Kennedy Blades and replaced her with Holly Holm or whatever.
Right.
So then that it didn't happen, right? So do
Mhm.
these 10 matches happen? That's the wager.
Oh, it's a pretty close event, but I'm gonna have to go with the no.
You're going with no?
Mm.
All right, I'll take the yes.
But you have to.
I have to. But I would have picked yes if it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I mean,
good.
I joke about Downey not showing up. He's showing up.
Yeah, he is. So what do we got outstanding? We have AJ wrestling for North Carolina. You're gonna lose that one. AJ's
Yeah.
placement in the NCAAs. Hale will be the Penn State coach. I think I'm probably gonna lose that one, but season hasn't started yet. True freshman champ this year. You say no. That's fair. Paw Fantasy League. 6 gold medals for the U23 team. And Nebraska making the finals of the DJ. There's some things that are going to be settled here.
Pretty soon. Yeah.
Pretty soon.
Once wrestling starts.
Yeah.
Oh, you forgot to mention something. A little teaser. Because you were talking about our RAF Media Day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to give it away, but aren't you also going to have like a surprise interview that you've already like lined up?
Oh yeah. I don't want to give that away though. No.
Yeah, no, but I want to throw the teaser out there.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting.
Got some. Yeah. You have a inside connection with Penn State wrestling team. So that's gonna be good. If I get out there, you guys will enjoy that 100. All right. What do we got here? Best of social. How are we doing on time? All right. So this is one of our favorite bits. Roy and I comb the internet to find out all the best posts from social networks so that you guys don't have to. So I'll start with mine. My first one, just Mr. Junk, Bull Junk, and posting his. It's hard to do pictures after a loss. This was lost to Henschel.
Uh-huh.
But at RAF, it'll be a different ending. So he's pulling it out. He did have a whole profanity laced thing about his people who said he shouldn't be wrestling on the card. So
Who said they shouldn't be on the card? Just people.
Just people.
Trolls?
Yeah, trolls, yeah. Right? People who want to hold the junk down. Right? Like, people don't want to like honor the junk. So this next one here, Best of Socials, the title I put on it was Piles is Correct, right? So this goes all the way back to like with the Japan versus USA at the Olympics and whole like when Christian Piles got all like really defensive about the US effort against Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the big statement that like I didn't like is he said that Japan were better than Japan. That's fine. Opinion. He says they want to, they're emulating us. They desire to be where we're at. You know. I just feel like it's different countries. They have different,
Right.
I don't think that Japan was ever like idolizing American, and like that they were trying to be like America, right? They're doing their own thing. They got their own jam. But then I saw this. And then so this is Japan World's Open, right?
Okay.
Got this picture, yeah. The wrestler doing her thing, right?
Right.
Yeah, the wrestlers celebrating their medals, victory, and everything. And then food was on point. Broccoli looks a little not super green, but that plate's slick for sure.
Yeah.
And then the last one, I'm like, look at that girl on the poster. Maybe they do want to be American.
Right.
The very Anglo image of a wrestler on the poster there. I thought that was
it looks just like Helen.
Right. Exactly. So maybe deep down they really do want to be So staying with the Japan theme, Kayuka's getting ready to build out his gym.
Oh, so last week it was empty, and now he's got a ladder.
Yeah, he's got a ladder, a little bit of like chemicals to kill the mold on the floor, and he's getting ready to rock it out. So it's a Those of you listening, that's a picture of Kayuka. And like staying on that theme, like it's just so interesting to me. Like, you see like the American wrestlers and they win a gold medal and they monetize and they go join a football team or blah blah blah, like that. And
Right.
then Kayuka, he's got this video here of like, I mean, it's like he's running like a YMCA. It says the much requested Greco-Roman class is here. The kids gymnastics class to build flexibility and body foundation. The new parent-child wrestling class for quality family time. Let's play with our bodies and wrestling platform. Only 15 spots left, and then it's like this like schedule like you'd see at the local gym, like when the
Right.
classes run. I think it's just kind of cool. It's like he's not monetizing. His like gold medal, second in worlds. He's you know using it to get to do more wrestling,
Right.
kind of thing, which is pretty sweet. So I wish him all the luck. Uh, this was a big story this week for whatever reason. The original thing was, I think it's hilarious that who's number one, everyone wears a two piece because subconsciously we all know that it's superior to the singlet. So
Mm,
everyone wears a two piece at who's number one because Flo says you're wearing a two piece at who's number one, and they
right.
have like clothing contracts. So let's not confuse that. I mean, everyone's wearing that uniform in Flow because that's what Flow is making them, right? I think
Yep.
Flow is of, or people at Flow are of that philosophy that wrestling would benefit from going to the two piece uniform opposed to
Oh,
the
overtly,
singlets.
they talk about it all the
Yeah,
time.
right. So, and they have the ability to force that on the wrestlers at events like that, right?
Yeah, you don't have to say force. It's their event.
Right. Okay. Okay. They make the uniform. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, right. And I don't mind that somebody has, it's their event. They have an
Yeah.
agenda, push your agenda. I don't know,
Yeah.
chat. What do you guys think? So this got everybody talking. Is the
Yeah.
singlet holding back wrestling? So anybody who thinks that the singlet is holding back wrestling in a significant way, I think is like not correct.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they did a poll. Someone did a poll, two piece singlet. I don't care. And like singlet was like obviously winning by a large margin. It's like, well, you're asking the wrong people because you're asking wrestlers, and they already decided they want to wear singlets, and so all the people who didn't wear a singlet and so they quit wrestling aren't in the poll. I mean, which is a fair argument to some degree. It's obviously a skewed poll because you're,
Yeah. Obviously.
you're on wrestling Twitter, probably worn a singlet, gotten past
Well,
whatever barrier that was.
yeah. When I was coaching at Beverly Hills, and that was a while ago. That was like 10 years ago.
Right.
California was already like legal to wear the two piece, and nobody did. I
Right.
think I was there like 4 years. And maybe at a tournament I saw one or two people with the two piece.
Right. And that's guys and girls, right? I mean, like,
Yeah.
you just don't see people wearing it. And I'm
Yeah.
fine with you having the opinion that people should. Or this whole arbitration of better, or this whole like this idea that
Well,
like the sport's being held back, because
Flo
like
Flo just the last time I heard him talk about it, the only point they were making is you can't sell singlets to fans to wear. So having shorts and shirts are things that people could like wear, to the gym and
yeah.
be like, "This is my favorite wrestler."
Yeah, I
So
get I
and
get the marketing piece, I guess.
yeah, so and I don't think they were ever even making the argument that competition wise it's superior. It's
Hmm.
just about selling merch, which yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyway,
There's a lot of opinions. Um uh I also have this one here. This is Ben Askren hitting
right,
a arm drag. It's fun to see him moving around.
yeah,
And doing a little bit. So this is great. It's so awesome to see recovering and having fun and living. He was always full of life, so it's always an awesome thing to see for sure. Uh, so I saw that out there. Um, this is another thing that popped up. And I actually always I kind of thought about this because this was great in the Olympics. So in the Olympics, like the judo matches in the Olympics, when they have a score, tie score, they like pick a random weight, team send out that person, and then whoever wins like breaks the tie. So it's like one thing. So Coach Stacy, one thing I'd like to see wrestling borrow from judo is how they break ties for dual meets. Instead of boring list of tiebreaker criteria, pick one weight class at random and wrestle a second match with sudden death scoring. First point wins the duel. So I actually feel like it would be cool if you could send out anybody that weight or lower.
Yeah.
Right. So if you got a horse at, whatever, 65 and they pull 184, you could.
Right, right.
But I'm not against it. I mean, I'm not against ties though either.
Yeah, that's the. I mean, I guess at the national dual tournament, you need some criteria.
Right.
But in general, I don't mind a tie. They're pretty rare.
Right.
So if it's like I would guess it's like 1 in 60 matches. It's really not
Yeah.
that common to see a tie. So it's
I mean, kind of the argument is that tiebreaker criteria is dumb.
yeah,
And like one way to get rid of that is just have a tie.
right, right.
I mean,
Make
okay, well, like, yeah, I don't disagree that tiebreaker criteria is dumb. First takedown, most takedowns, most pins. Like,
right, right.
I don't disagree in any way with that notion, but you could just have ties.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe this guy's a double agent and he's just proposing the most ridiculous
No, I actually
thing.
thought it'd be more fun if they did like judo rules.
Have a judo match,
Yeah, or
like throw your gi on and
yeah, or like sumo. You know, it's like
yeah, it's like
instead of actually wrestling, you have to do like a sumo match. Like yeah,
yeah,
because like shootouts and stuff in hockey, they're not really playing hockey,
right.
right? So, all right, well, throw gloves on. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So anyway, that was a little bit fun conversation. Another conversation that popped up was
Ooh.
there needs to be another weight class between 197 and 285. What's your opinion on that?
Uh, no. I saw this and I played around in my head with trying to add an 11th weight, which I don't think it would be between 197 and 285. If anything, I mean, I could see moving 197 up to like 205
Yeah,
and then moving everything up a little bit and spreading things out or adding an 11th in. Um,
so like I like 10 weight classes, but like it is weird to me that internationally and in high school you basically have like a 215, 220,
yeah,
and then in NCAAs you don't.
right, right.
So I mean, I did the kilogram to pounds conversion. I didn't. I mean, I do. Like I
Yeah,
had AI do the kilogram to pounds conversion. See like what would the weight classes look? And it was basically like 125, and then it jumped up to like 136. So you would lose one in the middle if you kept 10, right? And
right.
then I thought about like where do the best matches come from? Where do the Hodge Trophy winners? Where, like I mean the general argument is there's more athletes in the
Yeah,
so you're gonna get you have these tweeners, these Kyle Snyders and like but there's like Kyle Snyder who's good enough to win a heavyweight title being 30, 40 pounds size.
right.
And then you have somebody who's maybe just good enough to win not a world title, but good enough to win a title if he had a real weight class who's not winning, right? So you can be a pretty good 215-pound guy who just not gonna win the title. And
Well, 215, you should be able to make 197. You got to be like 230. I think.
yeah, I don't know. So I mean, my only thing is that it doesn't match high school or international.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nebraska's got this kid. I don't name, but like he's one of those tweeners.
Yeah.
He wrestled at Fargo finals, I think, and won. And like stud, but he's going to be undersized and have probably too big. 97. So anyway, I mean that's my only thing. I'm fine either way. I know there's people who really, really, really don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Like they're usually people who don't weigh 210. Or at least they didn't when they competed, right? So you would lose. I mean, you'd lose a weight class in the middle, but since it doesn't match up to international, I think that's the tricky thing to me. Like the college weight should have something kind of close to 97 kilograms, and really don't.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have it written down right now, but I thought about moving 197 up to 205.
Mm-hmm.
That's like +8. And then 184 I would do like +6. So 190, 174 is +4, so 178. 165 would become 167.
Yeah.
And then 157 becomes 158.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, and you could play around on the bottom too a little bit, I guess.
Right.
Media. What was this? Oh, this is like the anti-troll. So Ronald Tucker Jr. said, "I love how far wrestling media has come with the influx of media accounts." Talking about you, Roy. However, this is Ronald Tucker Jr. If you use your account as a way to hide who you are, but also trash talk, do better. I get no posting personal things, but don't hide who you are. Stand on business. I don't know. It's so easy to mute and block people, and like I feel like most of the trolls are on the edge, but that's kind of the job of a troll.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And like if you're like you wouldn't get it would be a lot you'd miss out a little bit. You like unanonymize certain accounts. I mean, it's not the way I roll at all. I don't have a troll account. I don't think I ever would. I don't think we should like be mad that people want to.
Yeah.
Block or ignore. It's easy enough.
Part of the fun.
All right.
I wish though you could mute. You know how you can mute words for like 30 days? I wish you could like mute somebody for 30 days instead of like having to really commit.
Oh, right.
Every New Year's, I kind of go through and unblock and unmute just to kind of give everyone a new chance.
Yeah, right. That's kind of you. Make that your New Year's pledge, folks. All right, what do we got, Roy? Big red Ferrari. This is AJ's post.
Just
well, let me read it in case somebody's listening, right?
Okay.
So it's AJ Ferrari. Couple glam shots. You've been warned. There's a big red Ferrari coming through. Car emoji, car emoji, car emoji. Smoke emoji, smoke emoji, smoke emoji. 2026 heavyweight national champion. Trophy emoji. In the making. Nebraska gang is here. Day of the Lord will deliver you my hands, and I'll strike you down and cut off your head. Got a little harder in them.
Yeah.
And then pee on your grave.
So yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I don't know why I didn't think of like red Ferrari.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Before.
He's looking big. He's looking strong.
He is.
And I think I would pick him to get it done this year.
Well, we'll get to 285 soon enough. We did 184 this week.
That's right. Oh yeah, right. Grant's #1 fan. Oh yeah, I like this. So Gabe Arnold rolling in a shirt. I'm a Brands fan.
Yeah. I was wondering if he like ironed on those letters himself or if he had it made.
Yeah, or maybe they made it.
This is the closest thing I have to merch this week.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't catch any like really great merch.
You'd think that like 2 weeks before the season starts would be like blitz time.
No, there were some schools who posted. CMU posted their store week. But I mean it was it's just standard CMU.
Yeah.
It's better when the wrestlers post their merch,
Yeah.
Go out on limbs. Handsome Tuesday.
So this is our first ever Instagram.
Uh-oh. Yeah. So Nick's at the Olympic Training Center.
Yep.
What do you make of that?
Back in the wrestling. Well, oh, he's always a mystery man.
Yeah, there's nothing to be made.
Was he just rolling through to say hi to people? I don't know.
I feel like he
Uh,
must have had some sort of ability to qualify and keep an invite. And
um,
because
yeah.
there's
Well,
a
I
bunch
don't.
of people
Yeah,
there right now. I mean, wrestlers and stuff. They're in a camp.
yeah, yeah.
So somewhere along the line, he got an email. And then he hitchhiked.
Yeah, exactly. He's like in Venice Beach one week, and
Hmm.
then now he's at the Olympic Training Center. So
Right.
what a life.
Yeah. Blessed. Russian propaganda. We got. Oh yeah, I saw that. Nick
Yeah,
Lee.
so Nick Lee is going to be wrestling in the Russian Professional Wrestling League, and I just thought it was interesting the poster they made. Like, our poster makes the Russian guy, he's always
Oh yeah.
frowning and looks like some kind of evil dude.
Yeah.
And then this is totally flip flop. The Russian guy is like a smiling neighbor, and Nick Lee's like this like goofy looking guy that
Yeah.
looks like
I thought it was hilarious too. I saw that. I immediately saw that too. Like the Russian guy looks like the farmer that's going to come help you build your barn.
yeah,
He's all smiling and I'm here to help. And then they got Nick Lee like all thug lifed out and like it's but I mean to the point of like going back to like the RAF photos. Like this is how you do
yeah,
it. You got to convey a message. Uh, you don't want people looking confused or like they got to go to the bathroom. You're supposed to drive a message home with these posters. Like
right.
super solid. I love it. And then media versus coaches. What do you got to say here?
Yeah, so the Celtics had a coaches versus media day. Looks like the coaches won 57-3. And somebody on wrestling Twitter thought it should be wrestling coaches versus wrestling media. And
Yeah.
that would be like a wipeout. That would be like when David Taylor was going to have the no tech match against Downey, just
Right.
for, except that Downey's actually a great wrestler. It would be even worse than that.
Right. No, it would be way worse than that. I'm trying to think about anyone in the wrestling media who can wrestle. So,
Are there any former AAs that do podcasts?
like Piles wrestled senior year, high school. Raider wrestled D2.
Yeah, yeah.
Kozak wrestled too.
Zach wrestled. I
Right.
wrestled.
Right.
Got the
Yeah.
purple belt too in BJJ.
Yeah. Are there any other D1 wrestlers other than you in the media? Oh.
Yeah, I mean Askren he
Oh
was
yeah.
probably the best
Right.
when he was
Olympian. Hmm.
yeah. Yeah.
For
Oh,
sure.
doesn't Cormier do or is that more of an MMA
Yeah.
podcast?
I guess if we can claim him.
Yeah, if he's on our team, then we might win a match.
We might win a match.
Although
But
he's also a wrestling coach.
right. So yeah, it is funny like that. Wrestling coaches versus wrestling media would do absolute numbers.
No.
I don't think so. Who's paying to see that? All right.
None of us are liked or hated enough
Right.
to generate the numbers yet. We're
I want
working on it.
I want wrestling trolls versus wrestling.
Ooh.
And they could come out like in those those Mexican wrestler masks.
Right.
So like Soriano's burner he comes out. And like that might be fun.
Yeah.
That might work. All right, cool. Yeah. Ran a little long. I'm sure my wife's right at the gate, wanting to get in bed and like holler at. But thanks for everybody for sticking around. Fun show. Big things coming up. We got U23. We got RAF. We got Flaw. We got the start of the D1 season. So yeah, get to talk about wrestling a little bit here. But awesome to see you, Roy. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you,
You
everyone.
too.
Like and subscribe. You're gonna take us out. Wait, don't do it yet. The producer's not ready yet. Hold on. I got things.
That would have been an awesome outro, though.
I gotta cue some things up. All right, Roy, take us out.
All right. Don't forget, toe the line in everything you do.
QuadR out.